Ah! Woo! There. Just. Hey, perfect. Awesome, Sarah. Very cool. So we are here. We're in a workshop. This is our road to 100K. Boom, boom, boom. We haven't started yet, but we have started. So I just sent out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 text messages. I've gotten 4 responses back thus far. Boom. It is about numbers and those things. So we're going to cover a couple things this evening. When we jump into that, I'm going to find an expo marker because apparently I don't have one, which is awesome. Not really. Expo marker. Something to write with, something to write on would be super helpful to follow along for those who are playing at home. The points don't matter and everything is made up. So just so you know. Boop, boop. Wrong way. Perfect. Let's see if it'll hold tight here. So what I want to do is talk about what we're going to talk about it, and then talk about what we talked about. So I'm going to talk about what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk about what we talked about. So a couple things. First is what we call 6 personal perspectives. Then we're going to talk about 100K in real estate. Then we're going to talk about your goals and next steps. Cool? If you can read that, maybe. 6 personal perspectives, 100K in real estate, your goals, and then next steps. It is 6:01 according to this. It is 5:59 according to that. So before we get in there, I'm going to ask, Sarah, do you have any questions that you want to make sure we cover this evening so I can make sure this time is most valuable for you? And also for Zach, what would be most helpful for you to cover in this time? So we're here for y'all. I'm going to give you all a chance to think about that. What would be helpful? I've been in real estate, a little bit about me, for about 8 years. Got my license in 2016. I was a dual career agent for about 18 months. August 17th of 2017, I went full-time. I had the pleasure of having a friend tell me, this conversation is done, goodbye. Hung up on me on a phone call, trying to get a listing. Not great. And then I worked for 6 months and got no money. At that time, my wife was working. We were living off of savings. I went to go work at Amazon at the warehouse. I was selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I went to my first listing right before a 12-hour shift at Amazon on night shift as a picker. So that was cool. Went in a suit, got listing signed, first listing ever. And went and got it signed, went changed clothes, worked 12-hour shift. You get a break at 9, 15 minutes at 9, 30 minutes at midnight, 15 minutes at 3 a.m. So that was cool. Did not like that. Did that for a little bit and realized if I work this hard to make Amazon money, why don't I work this hard to make myself money? So, and then I went on, licensed in 2016. I did 2 deals in 2016. I did 2 deals in 2017. I did 22 deals in 2018. So figured, hey, what if I worked as hard as I did at Amazon at real estate? And it works. So we're going to talk through what it takes to do that and what that looks like. Yeah. So what questions can I answer for y'all this evening that would be most helpful for you guys, for all my Northerner friends? Let's think on it. I'll give you some time. I move quickly, and it's a fault. It's a problem. So we're going to start with our 6 personal perspectives. These are the personal perspectives that are given by our incredible leadership, Keller Williams International. Super zoom in. Can we focus? Oh, there we go. There it is. Get a little bit of that mustache. Man, a little bit of the goatee. Wow. Wow. 6 personal perspectives. Commit to self-mastery. That's yours to keep. Commit to the 80-20 principle. Move from E to P. Make being learning-based the foundation of your action plan. Remove your limiting beliefs and be accountable. So what exactly does all that mean? Well, let's start. Commit to self-mastery. When we commit to self-mastery, life is not about results. Life is about progress and learning. When we're committed not to the outcome, but when we're committed to the process and committed to the actions needed to reach a result potentially, but without a focus on that result. So it's called 100K in real estate because I had to get you here. In reality, the goal is, how do I live these 6 personal perspectives and change my life? And starting with numero uno. So committing to self-mastery looks like I'm going to be committing to learning and getting better and better at different skills and abilities. One of those skills that I want to get better at is teaching and learning, presenting. So I want you to write down, what is something in your life that you would love to master? That you would love to master. And the beautiful thing about mastery is that when you think about what it takes to be a master, it usually takes a lot more failure than we'd like to experience. The number of times someone who's mastered a skill or ability has failed is probably greater than the number of times someone who's an amateur has even tried. The master is willing to fail over and over and over again. The amateur just wants the result and is afraid to even try. So committing to self-mastery. What'd you write down? Skill. We'll come back to that.
Like any skill?
Any skill. We'll keep moving. Step 2, commit to the 80-20 principle. Commit to the 80-20 principle. So in the 80-20 principle, what we find out is that for 80% of results come from 20% of the work. 20% of the work leads to 80% of the results. This came from a gentleman named Vilfredo Pareto. And Mr. Pareto, or this is also called the Pareto principle, was looking at farms. And he said, looking at these farms, a lot of the crops, most of the crops, 80% of the crops were coming from only 20% of the farms. 80% of the crops were coming from 20% of the farms. Then he said, that's interesting in farming. What about other places? So then when he looked at the farms, then he looked at the money. And he found that 80% of the money was controlled by 20% of the people. Then he said, that's interesting. Then he looked at 80% of the property was owned by 20% of the people. So if you look at real estate, 80% of the deals are done by 20% or less of the agents. And when you look at real estate even further down, 80% of our results, the closings, come from 20% of our work. And that's two things: lead generation and lead follow-up. Lead generation and lead follow-up give you 80% of the things that you want. That's tough though, because we feel really great whenever we do little stuff that doesn't matter. Whenever we make sure that our desk is perfectly neat. Whenever we make sure that our website and our social media post is perfectly balanced and colorful and pretty. We do all this work for these things that lead to the 20% results, but not the 20% of work, the lead generation and lead follow-up, that lead to the 80% of the results. Celeste, how are you? Moving from E to P. We call that moving from E to P, or moving from easy to purposeful.
Doing well, thank you.
Hey. So in moving from easy to purposeful, so my first 2 years in real estate, I did a total of 4 deals. You know why? Because I was willing to learn, but I wanted to do what was easy to me. I didn't want to ask questions about people's interest and their need to buy and sell or invest. I just said, if you need help, let me know. So I never asked the questions or asked for the business. And then I swung to the other side and said, I'm going to ask the question in a really mean way that was inauthentic. And so I said, all right, are you looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate? And it wasn't me either. I had to learn and be purposeful about caring for people and still asking to serve them in their real estate needs. So I had to do not just what was easy, but what was purposeful. Moving from E to P. Because what was easy was doing 2 deals a year. And unfortunately, 2 deals a year did not pay my bills. So that was not enough for me to survive. So I needed to get really purposeful about what I was doing. Then, making being learning-based the foundation of your action plan. Make being learning-based the foundation of your action plan. So when we learn, we can do 2 things. We can learn to know, or we can learn to do. We can learn to know, or we can learn to do. I love to learn. The problem is I learn and learn and learn, and that leads to nowhere. K-N-O-W, where. I know where I'm at. I know all these things about all this stuff, but if it's not based in action, then we're just learning for learning's sake, and that leads us to nowhere. We must be continually learning and growing, because if you're not growing, you're dying. We're continuing to grow and learn and develop, and then when we do that, we learn so that we can do. And that do continues to help us grow. So zooming back, I worked at a church. I was making $30,000 a year. And in my mind, $100,000 was going to change my life. Said, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be the provider. Then I'll be the man. Then I will have arrived. And that's how I know I've made it. But the point wasn't the result. The point wasn't making that money in real estate. The point was, who is the person that I became in getting here? So as I learned, I was doing, and then my thoughts started to change. Then my feelings, then my actions, then my results, perspective. This is actually called a cycle. So my thinking when I was working at the church was I just need to help some people and I'll make some more money. And all that took to make more money was to work harder. And that is partially true. And yet there's some changes that had to happen. Because I had to reimagine my thoughts around money. Reimagine my thoughts around service. Reimagine my thoughts around business. Reimagine my thoughts around how I woke up, how I spoke to people, how I listened to people. I thought I was a fantastic listener. I could understand people super quickly. But I would say I'm a fantastic listener. I don't need to learn that. So I feel overly confident. That's called cocky. And so my actions were very limited because I thought, oh, I'll just talk to 2 people and one of them will buy a house. This will be easy. My results were neither one of them bought a house. I didn't make any money. And so my perspective was, maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I just give up. Maybe this isn't meant for me. You know, I'm good at math. Maybe I just go teach math in middle school. I had that thought so many times. But thankfully, I was taught by Keller Williams that maybe you change your perspective and your thoughts, and then you can change those results. So the thought of being learning-based, the foundation of your action plan, so that I said, what do I need to learn? Well, I need to learn how to listen to people and how to ask better questions. Okay, can I do that? Yes. All right, I'm going to be humble and approach this in a curiosity mindset. I took some action and it worked. These people felt better when they listened to me and then they trusted me with their real estate needs. This is fantastic. I helped them to purchase a home. Wow, maybe this learning stuff is helpful and useful. What if I did this more often? I could sell more homes. I could help more people. Wow, I'm feeling hopeful. Like there's a chance and I can continue growing. Then taking more actions. So this cycle is extremely important in your growth. Perspective, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. So if in your life you're not getting the right results, you have to back up to the actions. But give yourself grace, because you're doing the best thing with what you know and with what you have at the time. And so maybe a change of perspective can help change your thoughts, can help change your feelings, can help change your actions, can help change your results. So that leads me to step 5, removing your limiting beliefs. Removing your limiting beliefs. What are some limiting beliefs around real estate, especially Columbia or wherever? You can share them in the chat or share them here. What are some limiting beliefs? Yeah, that's a great one. There's too many agents.
Nobody wants to buy houses.
Nobody wants to buy houses. Yeah, they can't talk to anybody. What am I going to say? Are they going to believe me? Are they going to trust me? They're just going to think I want to try to sell them something. I'm pulling up the stats for our market for yesterday. Yesterday in our market, we have a call every Monday, or every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're welcome to join on. And yeah, all great questions. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yesterday, Wednesday, in our MLS, there were 25 closings. 25 closings means 50 sides. 50 sides is how much GCI? The average commission in Columbia, South Carolina is about $7,200. So do some math, pull out your calculators, and do 50 times $7,200. What's that number?
160,000.
360? $360,000 was made yesterday in our market. Yes! People are buying houses. People are selling homes. That's happening. The market is saturated. So for that belief, that limiting belief, the law of lead generation tells us that you can have two people in your mind at any one point that connect to real estate. It really comes from a marketing book called the 22 Irrefutable Laws of Marketing, maybe 21, that for any item, there are two things that you think of, first and second place, and usually no more than that. So I'm going to ask you a couple things, and you're going to write down what comes to your mind most quickly. I'm going to say something, and you tell me what comes to mind, what brand. So we'll start toothpaste.
Colgate.
Colgate, great. Crest, fantastic.
Aquafresh.
Aquafresh, man knows his toothpaste.
First Bees.
Knows his toothpaste. Now you're really searching. So he had one, worked to come up with two, worked hard to come up with three, then had another one. All right, shoes.
Nike.
There it is.
Adidas.
Yeah,
Pumas.
Pumas.
Those fluffy ones, everybody.
Working super hard. Spaghetti sauce.
Ragu.
There you go. You only have one.
I make my own.
There you go. Pizza.
Papa John.
There you go.
John's, Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, DiGiorno.
Knows that man
Red
pizza.
Bear, Target brand, Goodfellow.
Adhesive bandages.
Band-Aid.
Yeah. Exactly.
Name, yep.
So in all those things, when you think about it, what would it take, let's talking through at least the first one with toothpaste, for that toothpaste to go from number 3 to number 2? It would take either a crazy ad, a ton of marketing, or those lots of touches over time. What if you saw Aquafresh every day for the next 7 days? Your first toothpaste is going to be Aquafresh.
Yep.
What does this have to do with real estate, Josh? I don't care about toothpaste. There was a research done by a marketing company, paid lots of money, and they had an agent that they made up, a fake agent. And they sent out 8 flyers over the course of 8 weeks to a neighborhood. Fake agent. And it said information, everything from just sold to neighborhood information to information on the market to how to price your home to sell, home values, all these things about real estate and connecting with them. And they did a study after the fact. And when they did that, they found that the people in that neighborhood, when thinking of a real estate agent, there was a large number of them who said, I would use that agent if I had a real estate question. Yes. The law of lead generation tells us that we need to become top of mind, and we can build that brand awareness with small touches. It's so beautiful. And Keller Williams, their goal, their desire is what's called an 8 by 8. 8 by 8. That's 8 touches carrying value real estate over the course of 8 weeks. And that is how we position ourselves in our people's minds. So the question then becomes, do you know enough people to position in their minds to hit your goals, or do you not? You either know enough people and your goal is positioning, or you don't know enough people and the goal is meeting people. It's simple. Either you know enough or you don't. If you don't know enough, you need to meet more people. If you do know enough, then it's a positioning battle. And a great way to meet people, there's so many ways to meet people. I love open houses. And right now, while our market is in a shift, open houses become a fantastic way to do deals. You door knock, you can call, you can leave flyers, you can post on social media, you can go Facebook Live. You have people coming to you who have real estate needs and questions. Boom. Opportunity. This is my Willie story. Willie was a good friend I met at an open house. He showed up early. He spent 2 hours at the open house. The open house was 3 hours at the time because I was a young age and I didn't know what else to do. So I just said, I'm going to sit at the open house all day. He came to me, sitting at it, talked about buying a house, sat down, talked with him, talked to him about selling a house. He signed paperwork with me. We never listed his house. We never put an offer on a house. We never, we looked at houses a couple times a month. We went to lunches, went to coffees, all those things. He's never bought a piece of property from me. I've never helped him buy a piece of property. It's crazy. Met him at an open house. He comes to open houses when I had him. Just say, hey, check in on me. Come to client events. You know why? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 deals because of Willie. I met this man at an open house, built a relationship, and he was just like, yeah, Josh is great. You should go call him. Boom. Absolutely crazy. Not crazy. That's I shouldn't say crazy. It was that perspective, like, that makes no sense to me. And yet, this is the law of real estate. That when you meet people, those small touches, you become top of mind to them. You don't know who it is, but then you start to see those results. And then your perspective changes and says, this relationship building is powerful. Build more relationships. So my thoughts are, how can I build more relationships with more people? I do that via conversations. My feelings, I need to have conversations with people. I need to build more relationships. Action, more conversations, more relationships being built. Being accountable is number 6. Be accountable. Accountability is the breakfast of champions. Because either it's done or it's not. Yoda, either you do or do not. That's the beauty of accountability. Either it's done or it's not done. And a great coach will walk you through this cycle and figure out where is it in the cycle that you have the breakdown. If your actions aren't there, your feelings must be off. Well, you know what? Forget your feelings. Okay, so what are your thoughts around that activity? I'm not good enough. People aren't going to believe me. Oh, limiting belief. Let's address that. Well, I just don't know what to do. The market's too saturated. Okay, let's address that. There's not enough closings that are happening. Great, let's address that. I just don't know what to do and I just feel lost and need a hug. Okay, let's give you a hug. Then deal with the thought. Then go to the feelings and figure out the action. And we take action until we see the results. That's the part of real estate that requires faith. Because I can tell you my story all day, but until you see it for yourself, your perspective is different. Your thoughts are different. Your feelings are different. Your actions are then different. Real estate faith is all about taking actions without results. Those are our 6 personal perspectives. I start with that because mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. So I hope you have this down and getting ready to erase it. Pew, pew. You got it? Perspective leads to thoughts. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results. Results change your perspective. Point far. Thoughts. Thought leads to actions. Thought leads to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions. Results. Anyway. 100K in real estate. This is what's called the economic model. If you follow along with me, I'll show you how it's done. We're going to start 100K. That's in GCI. We're not going to go through profitability. This is actually, I guess, not technically economic model, but we're going to just go through what this looks like. What's the average price point in Columbia? I've said it already once.
Average price point?
Average commission, sorry. $7,200. So what is 100 divided by 7,200? Is this super unclear? What's going on with this? Oh, come on. Sorry.
It's been cleared, so.
See if that's any clearer. Sorry about that. Come on. Camera? The worst. I don't know if there is or not. Oh, no, there is. What is it?
13.8, 14.
Yep, we're going to round to 14. 14 units. You know what? I don't even have time for buyers. So I'm going to say, forget buyers. I don't even want to work with them. They're crazy. Crazy. They're not crazy. They're fantastic. You can build a great business on buyers. Buyers are great. 14 units is what you need to do. So I need 14 listings sold. 14 listings sold. Now, not all listings that go live sell. The fallout rate, so at 14, 56, 21, 79. So it's actually 80% of listings that go up for sale end up selling. So we're going to divide that by 0.8. To be safe, we're going to say 0.7. So 14 divided by 0.7. Let's do a little bit of math. For those playing at home, get out your calculators. 20. I need 20 listings active. Man, I haven't drawn that symbol in a while. That's crazy, crazy. I'm going to say 70% conversion. Now, listing active come from listing appointments. Listing appointments come from conversations. How many appointments do we need to get to 20 listings that are active? I'm going to give you another 70%. Yeah, 29. Fantastic. I need 29 listing appointments. So, what does that mean? Before we get to where those come from, I'm going to hire you. Let's pretend. And I'm going to tell you, your job this week, all you need to do in the next 7 days is go on one listing appointment. One listing appointment. You need to talk to someone who is looking to sell their property. What about buyers? Don't, no. Sure. No. No. That's a different plan. One listing appointment. And when you go on that one listing appointment, your job is done for that week. Your job is done. You're good. You're fine. Go do whatever you want to do. I don't care. How many weeks out of the year do you have to work? 29 weeks. How many weeks are there in a year? 52. 52 minus 29 is 23. 23 weeks of vacation. You're welcome. Josh, that's great. How do I do that? Well, that's lead generation model. We can go into that. Remember the 8x8 and those things? This is $100,000 in real estate in 1 year. Now, I'm hard-headed. So that was my first listing appointment ever. And most of my business was buyers because I like being crazy. And they say that crazy attracts crazy. And I had a lot of really crazy clients for a long time. And so I guess I proved that true. Crazy people seem to love me, you know? There's something special about Josh. $100,000 in a year. There it is. Josh, what about lead generation and my Facebook page, my profile, and business cards? You get to choose how you hit your goals. But this is your focus. One appointment. That's what, every 2 weeks? No, that wouldn't be enough. We'll say 3. I'll make it easy. 3 appointments per month, and then take 2 months off. How about that? 3 appointments a month, take 2 months off. So you're gonna go crazy? First week going 3 appointments? Fantastic, good work. So then what are your goals? Let's say you want to make more money than this. Okay, double it. I want to make 200K GCI. Awesome. Average sales price is what? 7,200. How many units do you need? 28. 28, wow, yeah. How many listings sell? 28. I am really good at handwriting. The best handwriting ever. So good. This is 60, 58. 6 appointments per month.
40 listings.
Josh, I got really big goals. That's fantastic. I want to make 300,000. No, we're going to go, yeah, whatever, 300K. 72 times 3, 30, 52. No, 30, 42. Great math. 42 times 3 is 60, times 3 is 90, 87. Is that right? I think so. There you go. Josh, it's not that simple or straightforward. It really is. It really is. It's simple. It is not easy. Because what happens here is you work to get that first listing appointment, and you take your foot off the gas, and you say, oh, that was easy. Wow. Talk to 3 people, and one of them wanted to sell a house. This is fantastic. So you get your first appointment in the month. Then you take a month, then you take a week off. Then you take 2 weeks off, and it's the end of the month. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to go on 2 listing appointments this week. Oh, this is hard, and I have to talk to a lot of people, and I couldn't find anybody, and this thing and that thing happened, and then I wanted to go to this, whatever it was, and then you miss them for that month. And then it's the next month. Well, I need to go on, I guess, 4 appointments this month. Oh, but I have this thing going on. And then just distractions, other things happen, limiting beliefs, all those pieces. Man, that's pretty. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thoughts?
Sounds too easy to be true.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't say easy. Simple.
Simple. Too simple.
Because then the question becomes, in reality, for listing appointments, I need 29 listing packets. I need to run 29 CMAs. And our numbers tell us, for these 29 appointments, the conversion rate for someone you know is 6% of Mets and 2% of unmets. So do some more math. And this is of closed deals. So let's take 14 and divide by 0.06. The number is?
233.
So we need 233 people on a 36 touch to be able to hit this goal. Or we hate people, we just want to meet new ones. We need 14 divided by 0.02.
700.
On a 19 touch plan. This plan is heavily on marketing. Marketing equals money. This plan is heavy on touches. Touches equal time. So do you have more money or do you have more time? You can choose whatever business you want. Then you need, well, I need these listing packets. Great, we have that in command, so we can find it. Well, I need photos and help with paperwork. Great, come to our contract class on Tuesday. I need signs, I need business cards, I need those things. Well, okay, well, here's our people who can do those things and be able to help you out there. All those pieces of the business. This has nothing to do with a really pretty Facebook post or page. That can be a piece of it. That can be a part of it. Not hating on it. A lot of people do a lot of business via social media. But when it comes down to it, that's one way to do it. Because guess, these people, look at your social media. And say, well, those people won't do business with me. Okay, well then unfriend them. Get rid of them. Well, that's rude, Josh. You know, you do you. Keep them, whatever. You can love on people. My goal is to never burn a bridge. I had someone who used another agent after I spoke with them to do that deal. That friend who hung up on me and said, this conversation is over, we're done, hung up on me. Woo! That was cool. They later needed to buy a house. They said, hey, Josh, we'd love if you would be the one to help us. I said, I would be honored. Thank you. You know what I'm glad I didn't do? Glad I didn't tell them what I thought about him at the time. That's good advice for you there. And going back, my perspective, I was being a jerk and being mean and rude and not being authentic and caring and genuine. So truly, it was on me. And I'm not just gaslighting myself. That was, yeah, I had some learning, some growing to do. So, yeah, there you go. So the question is, if this is your goal, do you know 233 people? And do you have a 36 touch to be able to reach them? Let's go back to 200. Kicks and giggles. $28 is 28, 40, 58, 6 appointments per month. How many people do we need? We're just going to double it, 466 or 1,400. There you go. Gosh, I love math. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. Thoughts? It is now 46. It is Q&A time. We can talk about your goals or next steps. What would be most helpful here in this moment?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, say I don't know. I know what I need to do. It's just have conversations with people.
Let's figure out how many.
So.
Hey, Julia. We're in the Q&A section now. How many conversations do you need to have? That's 233 people.
So my coaching goal is 100K
Okay.
GCI net, somewhere there between there.
Okay.
So 233 people,
On a 36 touch.
36 touch
How many touches is that?
in total.
Yeah. What is 233 divided by 36? Hey, Julia. Oops, sorry about that. We're doing some math.
Hello.
Say again.
I was saying hello.
Hello, hello. How are you? How are you?
I'm well.
Ha-ha.
8,388.
Fantastic. 8,388 touches. Let's put it underneath here. What is 700 times 19? 7,000.
13,300.
So, I don't know if y'all can read this. Let's see if you can. We can zoom in more.
The white throwing off.
Those are your numbers. Beautiful. So, we broke this down. To make $100,000, it requires you to make 8,388 touches in a year. And you only want to work 10 months. 10 months is how many days? 300? So what is 8,388 touches divided by 300?
27. 28. 27.9. Sorry. 28 touches.
29 touches, and that's per what?
Day.
Day. That's you, with you taking 2 months off.
I mean, reaching out to 29 people a day,
Yeah.
basically.
This includes emails, phone calls, text messages, mailers, all those sort of things. There's your conversation. So let's go back.
Need to meet more people.
Yeah. You either need to meet more people or be okay with working with not people you've met. But again, 700, the not touches, these 19 are marketing. Marketing means money. These touches with the people you know, your Mets, that means time. Perspective. Thoughts. Thoughts leads to heart.
Oh, hard feelings,
Feelings lead to
actions,
actions lead to results.
results,
Results lead to a
Money.
new yay yay a new perspective. When we see those results, when we get that closing check for $10,000, we're just like, whoo woo, who's a $10,000 person? Yeah, that's right, that's right. My friends make this in 2 months, 3 months. This is crazy. We get a different perspective. And that perspective changes our thoughts, and that thoughts change our feelings, and our feelings change our actions change our result. Gives us a new perspective. It's over and over and over again. So, questions, thoughts, comments, jokes? So the question becomes, what do you need to change in your life so that your goals, whether it be 100, 200, or 300,000, can become a reality? And who are you going to partner with to make sure that happens?
But my question is, can one really make, say, for the first year of being a realtor, can make like 100,000 for the year?
That's a great question. So we're having what's called our regional awards. Those are awards across North Carolina, South Carolina. They're going to give an award to all the agents who got licensed in 2023 and made over $150,000 in 2024. So making $100,000 doesn't mean that you're one of the best first-year agents in the business. You got to make 150. What does that tell you? There's multiple people making $100,000 in their first year last year.
Nice.
great, my goal is, even if that's not.
To who? To who? It's a lot to your current perspective. Yeah. So the thought becomes, who do I have to become to be that $100,000 a year in my first year agent? $30,000 Josh would never make $100,000. It's just not possible. Because $30,000 a year Josh wouldn't spend anything because he was so afraid of losing anything. So I wouldn't spend money on coaching, wouldn't spend money on marketing, wouldn't spend money on taking care of people, coffee, lunches, anything like that. I was trying to do it the cheapest way possible, but that caused me to take no action because I was afraid of spending money. And so I had to change a perspective that I was investing in my business. I was investing in myself to grow. I was investing in myself to buy books. I wouldn't even buy books. Even to this day, I still got a library membership. I got 20 books for free that I'm reading through. But someone recommended me a great book that would help me. I said, nah, I don't want to pay for that. I don't have money for that. $30,000 Josh. I don't have money for nothing. Ain't doing nothing. Ain't going nowhere. I'm bringing you no Christmas gift, birthday gift, whatever. The gift of my presence, which is fantastic. It's great, awesome. It's good. I had to grow and learn. And have a new perspective. In 2018 is when I chose to hire a coach for my business to grow it. It was a big part of my success. That's the reason I'm still in real estate. April, I had 4 deals pending. And I thought I was going to die. Ah! Our team had 13 deals pending last month or two ago. Looked at it. Where are we? We're here. Next steps. Great. Move on. That's a different perspective. I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that when your perspective changes, that then allows your actions and your results to change. And this isn't about money. This is all because that's how we get people's attention in their eyes, money. But what it's really about is becoming the best you can be. Growth, development, learning. Yeah. Thoughts, ideas, ahas. Go do the work. Is this helpful? Awesome. Julia, Celeste, anything more I can do for y'all or how I can serve you?
No, this was absolutely amazing, and I'm just a few weeks out to finishing school and going to get my license so I can get busy.
So I can give you a hug. When am I going to see you again? Give you a hug.
In 2 weeks.
With arms wide open. Yeah. Classic. Beautiful.
Congratulations to you. Well, I just started. I spoke with Adriana yesterday. I'm just looking forward to learning the ins and outs, getting all the resources and all the help, and to just fly high as the eagle.
Yes. Beautiful. Soar. Love it. Well, if I can be of any help or resource to you, my number is 803-727-5582. 803-727-5582. Love to be a resource. Text me. If you need encouragement, if you have a great joke, I love jokes, or if you just have a question, or you just want to talk. I love stories, I love people. Yeah, so wish you the best. If I can do anything for you, let me know. And yeah, God bless. See y'all.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.